Alright, chapter 14. This is Reactive Search. I apologize, I'm sick and my brain isn't working right. I accidentally deleted the file. It's mostly the same. There may be a few things out of order from the way it was before because I kind of painstakingly was redoing it. This right here, cart count, this is supposed to be cart amount. That's from the last chapter. That was an error that I recreated so that you see what is wrong there. The other problem was that with the way it is right now that I recreated the error. This parentheses is not supposed to close there. The problem there that happens whenever we have that is that now whenever we click around and we try to click back, it doesn't work correctly. So that's because we're not actually doing anything when we wait on the load. This is parentheses is supposed to be down here. Now whenever we wait on the load, we apply the event listener to the pop state and then we run the router function whenever we get a pop state. So now whenever we refresh this and we click around and we press the back button, it works correctly. Now we're going to do the last feature. I apologize. I'm very frustrated. I cannot believe I deleted the file. I'm very, very annoyed. But we're going to keep moving. I just want this project to be done. I'm sick. I don't want to be doing this anymore, but I can't have this project half done and move on to other things. It's not the way my personality works. So let's finish it right now. And the way that we're going to be finishing this project up is, we see up here, I deleted where we were looking for the search because I'm going to do it now instead, I guess. I don't know why I did that. So instead, we're going to be doing constant search equals and then we are going to be getting this search. It's an ID, I suppose, on this version of it. And as you can see up here, we have input with the ID of search, not capitalized this time. I forgot to change that. I apologize. Make sure it's an ID on yours too, or it won't work. So with search, lowercase, ID, we are going to add an event listener onto it, and that is going to be on the input. So every time that somebody inputs anything into that search input, we're going to run a function called search handler. And we're not going to create that. Well, let's go ahead and make it. Why not? So that's going to be an asynchronous function because it's going to be waiting on our database function that we created before. So the way that the async search handler is going to work is that we're going to be getting our search. I got to turn GitHub Copilot off because it's driving me insane. Okay, constant search value equals search dot value. And that's going to be taking the value out of our search input, and we're just making a variable called search value out of it. And then we're going to push that state up to the URL. The reason why we're doing that is that we want to make sure that this is a link that people can share, because it's not. That's the whole point of a lot of what we're doing, is that making these shareable links. And so now whenever somebody shares this link, it's going to run our search function the same way. It's just going to keep pushing the state on. And so now what we're going to do is get our products, and it's going to be the same way we've been doing it from our get products function. I did something wrong up here. I forgot to close the backtick. All right. And so we move on from there, and we go to, and we are going to create this filtered products. And what that is going to be is, get this, we are filtering our products. We are going to find a product that is the same as the name to lowercase. That includes our search value to lowercase. And the whole reason to make them both as lowercase is so that, that they, no matter how they type it in, it's still going to return the same results. And that's going to be our filter function there. And we are going to check it, and if the result of the function length is the same as 0, then we know that no products were found. So we're just going to render up a little template in the main area, and that is going to be in H1 that says products, because we're going to pretend that we're on the products area, and it's going to say actually this one is only going to run in the products area. That's correct. We're going to be doing this in 2 different ways because I want to show you how this can be done 2 different ways. So this way, it's going to be the only way it's going to run is if we are in the product search route. And so then let's go ahead and close up this one before it gets mad at me again. And then that is all we are going to render, and that is if no products are found. Otherwise, we are going to make the same products HTML the same way we've done before, except we're doing it with our filtered products this time. And we just run our product component with what we find there, and with each one, and then we will render it. And then we close that out, and then we want to make sure that our buttons work. Don't forget to run the button finder to see if we have any add to cart buttons on that page. And that is how our search handler is going to work. Now, we are, like I said, we're going to be doing this in two ways. So the way that that one worked is that it is going to be in a certain route. So in the router, just like we did the dynamic route, this method just makes a search route. And we're going to say that that's on the actual products page. That's why we were making the header like that and everything like that. And then to do that, we are going to get some search params out of a URL, the way that we learned to do that, which is by using the URL search params API to go into the location object and take the search out of there. And then, so we have the dynamic route logic right here. Let's make some new logic for the search route. And the way that this is going to work is we need to make an else if here. And that is going to be splitting up our route once again by the slashes. And we're checking to see if it is the search route we just defined. And if it is, we need to make sure that we have some search parameters as well. And then if we have all that, then we're going to run the function down here, which is going to get a search value from the search parameters. And that's going to be the name, the search parameter that we were working with before. And we're going to do this same thing where we put the search value into the search input. And then we are going to return this search handler, which is the function we just created. And now, lastly, we just want to make sure that we have this else right here to do the normal function that we have. And so then that should be everything in the router. Now let's do the second method. This is going to make it so that every route is going to be a search route. So we're going to actually supersede the router a little bit and check for the search parameters in the URL every single time somebody loads into the page. And so the way that this is going to work is just that if somebody shares a link or if somebody types it in, it's going to be looking for it. I'm going to leave the search input doing the first method that we're doing here with the name, but this one is going to be using a different search parameter, and we're going to be calling it just search. And so let's go back up to where we have the search functions up here. And then let's make another one, which is going to be the URL search handler. And so the way that that's going to work is we're going to kind of recreate a lot of the same logic that we just did. But this time our search parameters are going to be a little bit different. This time the search value that we're going to be getting is going to be coming from a search parameter. And we're going to, the same way we did last time, put that into the search input. Just to make it clear to people that that is what that is for. And then we're going to get our products. And then our filtered products will be equal to products.filter, where we find the product. Same way as last time. And I'm just going to copy and paste this. It's doing the exact same thing. And then lastly, what we need to do is we want to, for this to work, like I said, we need to be superseding the router on the initial load, because that's the only time it really matters. And so this is for people, another way for people to share links with their friends. So we're going to make some URL params here real quick, just because there's none global. And this is just going to be for the initial load. And then with these, we're going to be checking them and looking for that search parameter that we just made. And if it does have it, then we run this function that we just created. Otherwise, we just do what we've always been doing, running the router with the location.pathname. All right. Everything should work in here. Let's check it out. Forgot to put the brackets in. Classic mistake for an idiot. All right, let's try again. All right, here we are. Yes, and you can see we're putting the search value into the top so that if somebody just or puts this link into their thing, it's going to work, and it's only on the products page. But on any page, if we were to put in the same thing, let's do the creepy toy this time, it's going to misspelled search params. All right, let's try again. Oh, it's because it's looking for the string with the quotation marks. Duh. Bam. Ta-da. So now we have 3 different ways to search. You can do it from here. Every time you type, it's going to be reacting to it, and you can get either toy. Or you can do it from the up here by doing this way. Or you can go to the products and doing it from there. Ta-da! Let's finish this.